Sorry about that delay, and we are back here with this game. Unfortunately, we just had to give the stream a small restart, and now that that's done, looks like we'll finally have some action on our heads here. I believe Elusive is back in the game, so not too long until we get going once again. And let's chat a little bit about expectations for this game. carboN can't be expecting all that much, I guess. I mean, they're truly very, very skilled individuals, but the class from DC, and I mean, I guess they are down a man at the moment, but I think that'll really affect them being down Inson, who is the new recruit to the team.
Well, it will affect them a little bit, because I mean, Inson is one of the oldest players, isn't it? In the 1.6.
Yeah, he played a lot in 1.6, and then when Nerfan left, they had to find a replacement, so he's come back out of retirement now, and he's jumped in for DC.
Yeah, no, I think King is quite a good replacement for him. I think Inson's just he struggled a bit to get used to CS:GO.
Yes.
I mean, it's quite a big difference. But yeah, I think the synergy should still be pretty damn decent.
Yeah, I mean, King. Let's chat a little bit about him. He played in that Flipside team that was actually revolutionary. I mean, you had an organization like Flipside with such a successful European team. Now adopting a team in South Africa was quite a big movement, but unfortunately that fell through. And like I said, it was unfortunate because it seems to have so much potential, and now King is stuck without a team.
Yeah, I believe he was one of the 4 players in inverted commas for Ventus when they changed, when it was that shuffle between EC and everyone.
Yes, yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
So he was just making sure they kept their seed in the league. So yeah, well, it depends on pretty much. I don't know. I think he should still be pretty warm from his run. I mean, I've never seen him play badly, so he should be. He looks like he's doing. He's keeping up with everyone. So we'll see.
Yeah, but I mean, we've seen in his recent matches. I mean, we saw him not too long ago on Lounge. I can't remember who they were playing under. They played up against VNR, I believe it was, actually on this map, and he was controlling the game so nicely with the AWP, playing nicely in middle and getting aggressive in Palace. It'll be interesting to see if he has that sort of freedom under the DC name. But of course, like we said, he is just a stand-in for the time being. No, this isn't a permanent roster change. Inson's just traveling at the moment, but looks like we are ready now. We've got all 5 players from each team. Just going to introduce the lineup quickly. On carboN, which is this newly formed or relatively newly formed team, there is Flares, the BVD member, Spoof and Elusive, the Van Wyk brothers, Cannibalistic and Hackem teaming up under the team carboN banner. And then on the other side you've got DC, you've got Explicit, Hellhound, Apocalypse Style, and the stand-in man who is King. So great game on our hands here, and I think we're gonna have a cracker.
I completely agree with you.
Well, welcome back to the
talent there. So
I've been here,
extra range.
All of it. I've just been letting you guys have a bit of time and have a bit of chats and discussions. And I think with Brad, we'll have to say goodbye to you for now, Bananas, and we'll have a chat to you at about half-time.
All right, cool.
Thanks a lot. So, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to go live now with carboN on the terrace side and DC on the CT. I am Wham, and joined with me is my co-caster, Hayes. Hayes, thanks very much again, and thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for joining us, and CS:GO Lounge for the advertising as well as HLTV. It's really great to have everybody on board, and obviously the sponsors, everybody on board. It has been a really great event. This is the challenge for the night, and it's going to be a big one.
Yeah, it really is, and like we spoke about in the pre-game, it is going to be a monstrous task here for both teams to overcome the other one. And looking at this round, carboN are set up for an A-take. And I'm not sure if my co-caster's here right now, but
I'm so sorry,
it's a beautiful headshot there to go on. Hackem gets himself a second. He's got such delicate, perfect aim, does Hackem. Really great shots there to open up the A side. The bomb going down. Styles actually found himself in quite a decent position behind them, and all 3 carboN players are in the CT area. And beautiful nade coming out here from DC. DC have got a kit on Explicit, and Spoof with that tech now is going to try to get something that he does get taken out to 23 HP. Hellhound finds himself one. Hellhound doing a lot of work here. He's getting a lot of impatience, but he finds himself one. Style finds a second, and all the meantime, the bomb is being defused by Explicit. So really great play there by DC. A really nice retake.
Brilliantly done, and I must admit that was so well held. He had some nice positioning and just got those headshots right in the right place.
Yeah, it was very nicely timed push there from the DC players on the retake, and now we see them with 4 SMGs coming out. Quite an interesting strategy. I know that the SMGs are popular, but maybe not so much on Mirage. Sometimes you see a Scout or 2 coming up, but in this case they've gone for the 4 SMGs and the FAMAS on style.
And I think that is probably a wise play, especially for that B rush, just prevents anything that's happening and get a couple of nades down. But we are going to see the B movement. It's going to be a flash out. Hellhound's going to get the nade down, complete flash out, indeed done, and slows the push down to almost a complete halt. They are going to get straight into A without losing a player, which is kind of dangerous for DC. And Hellhound's already picked up 1, but he drops down to Flares. Can they get a second though? This is the very important move, but King's going big. Explicit getting a second. Elusive going to trade it up, and he goes to second.
Wow.
Flares getting another one, and it's a 1-on-2 situation reverse, and carboN takes it on the anti-eco situation. Brilliantly done by them.
Yeah, that was a really great round there by carboN. Nice aggressive push coming through there. The key was that all 5 players managed to get out of B apps without losing much life, and more importantly, not losing a single player. And they were able to swarm around the site and cause the chaos that they needed to give themselves cover. And now we see DC forced back onto a pretty much a full eco, with the exception of 2 P250s.
Yeah, it is true, and obviously that 5.7 2 P250s can be quite an influence. They do get the headshots, but I feel that carboN are going to wait for a little bit of a push. It was unfortunate though. I think DC maybe just didn't get those headshots out or get the smoke. Oh, Elusive, brilliantly ahead, but getting a return headshot, but not enough as he takes down 2 already. And carboN are going to maybe get caught out if they don't check their corners. King and Apocalypse sitting right here.
Yeah, but it's Hakim. When Hakim doesn't make basic mistakes such as not checking your corners, and he cleans up Apocalypse, who, just reminding all the viewers that Apocalypse is actually Gambit. It's not a stand-in, or it's actually his old name. So going back a few years, this was the man known as Gambit, or known as Apocalypse. But Hellhound doing nicely game, getting himself a frag, but not going to get much more than that, being on the eco round is DC, and they're still not going to be able to buy.
No, not at all. Yeah, I think that it wasn't bad to get a gun or 2 down. At least they've done something in return, but it's going to be important here to make sure that they take their comms and just get into the positions. Maybe stack a site could be a nice option, or anything with the nade just to slow the pushes down, because they are getting these early headshots, which is causing quite a lot of issue.
Yeah, but carboN not really giving them anything to work with. We see them completely surrendering middle to DC. And working towards B. It looks like the bomb now going towards B. King going to spot him out with his knife out, so not able to get anything done. But Hellhound positioned quite aggressively here. And is he going to get Flares? Oh, Flares with some monster reaction. Survives on 2 HP. Elusive. Wow, Elusive's really, he's really featured quite a lot in this game. He's 5 for 1 at the moment. So Ventus or carboN rather looking very, very strong.
Yeah, it's definitely Flair's elusive game, and Style nicely picking up the headshot and just getting a little bit of damage back. So it is obviously Flair's on 2 HP when the 2 DC players down. So it's not too much more than they're going to level out and get a couple of guns their way. Very important just to hold their nerve now.
Yeah, exactly, and we see Hakim with that bomb now making his way towards B, where there's actually no DC players at the moment, but as I say, that Gambit making his way towards the B site, and 33 seconds left. A lot of equipment for carboN to work with. The AK-47 on Spoof as well as Cunny, they're going to be asked to do the hard yards at the moment as they move into the site. And, it's all down to Apocalypse to try and hold down the site by himself. Hakim, the man to get the bomb down. He gets himself one, then shouldn't be too much trouble cleaning up the rest. Gets the second, and he's going to get the bomb down. So nicely played by Hakim. Good patience.
Yeah, very nicely done. Obviously making no sound at all, Apocalypse, and just dropping at the last second. So the bomb is coming down, and maybe just waiting for a bit of exit frag here, King. Potentially knowing obviously Flares has got a headshot onto him, hoping that he'll come his way.
Yeah, well, that doesn't look too promising at the moment, but just to remind anybody, this will be the first map picked by Ventus, second map is Inferno, picked by DC, and third map is Dust 2, so we've got a really great map pool on our hands, and is King going to get what he was looking for? No, he's not. Hakim survives with 4 HP, but will he survive the bombing mission? Oh, he gets taken down to 2, so great rounds here by Ventus. They're 3-1 up at the moment on that unfavorable T side, but now we see the full buy coming out from Damage Control.
Agreed. And for all the viewers that are just joining us, Ventus is the old original team name for carboN, and it will be quite a bit of a habitable name for us to use, as this has been in recent changes today or yesterday. And yeah, we are going to see obviously a nice split here for this carboN team, just making sure that the pushes aren't coming through. As we saw for that first round, DC just did a nice push straight through the middle and cutting them off into A and not allowing them to do much more than pretty much run straight into sight.
Well, that's exactly it. And this first buy round is so important for DC to try and stamp a statement on this game. You know, especially being 3-1 down after winning the pistol. Really not favorable. Have a look at Apocalypse here, getting aggressive in apps. Is he going to get caught up by Spoof, or will he catch Spoof? He actually catches him, so that immediately sets carboN back down on the 1 minute mark.
And very interesting player. They're moving towards the A side after losing that player in that apps area. So it's going to be interesting to see if they can get these flashes out and maybe just get an early pick off just to get the bomb down. Obviously 44 seconds, lots of time still to rotate. But the longer they take here, the more likely it's that DC are just going to start pushing through B.
Yeah, and there's still another smoke now on Explicit, as well as I'm not sure who that is. I think it's Hellhound, so they can keep them at bay for a while longer. Hellhound now dropping into between stairs and Tetris. He gets himself one. Can he space past and then goes completely walking over my worst day. DC take the round in emphatic fashion, and that's what she said.
Yeah, that's completely agreed, and very well done. Obviously, there was more gun hits than anything else, so you weren't able to catch that for a second.
Yeah, it went very quick. DC, what I liked what they did there is they held their equipment really late into the round, sensing that carboN are pushing quite late, so they still had 3 smokes on the 45-second mark, and that just left carboN with no time to work with, and DC turning on the blender.
Yeah, I completely agree with you, and they are doing very nicely here. The pick coming out from DC here, I believe, if you remember correctly, you said.
Yeah, exactly.
So obviously not too impressive from their side, but Spoof going to get the pick on Hellhound in that jungle area. Important for them, but DC again struggling to make sure they get that first pick off and maintain it. So with this case, 4 vs 5, not going to be as easy as we're going to see. Flares and Cannibalistic already pushing from lowers and middle respectively.
Oh wow, Spoof actually legging Explicit as well through that smoke, and that's going to make this push just that much easier.
Yeah, that middle push is going to be very important to get through that connector area, and the smoke's going to come raining down here. Hackham going to go for the stairs smoke, as we notice, and one pushing through the palace. Spoof, can he get out Apocalypse?
Yeah, Style being mollied out at the moment. They actually do have an idea that there's a player on catwalk here, and it is Style with an AWP, so he can get a lot of work done. Hackham moving into the side now. Is he able to find that entry? Get a lot of damage done. Now Style with that AWP, missing the first shot, but he does land the second onto Elusive. Apocalypse gets one onto Spoof, and Hackham now, let's try and retake the side. He gets himself one. Can he get the second? Yes, he can. Can he on the other side finds himself one? And it's all up to Style with that AWP on catwalk. He gets himself one on the cross, but 6 seconds left to go. carboN going to get the bomb done, and it's going to be a 1 vs 2 take for Style.
I don't think he checked his kill count then. I believe he thought there was only 3 players or 4 players dead.
Yeah, nicely played there by Hackham, and carboN, they've got themselves that 6th round, which puts them at 4-2 now, and the economy on DC not looking too great, so they're going to be forced to save this round.
Yeah, very interesting. Obviously, the play's not coming out in their favor, and maybe just a little bit loose with rotations, and I mean, you know, coming around from that middle area and looking through the window, but again pushing through. Apocalypse getting taken down by Hackham before I can even say anything more.
Yeah, nicely played by Hackham, and I'm enjoying this patience that he has. He's 10-3 at the moment, so he's single-handedly, but he's doing a lot of damage by himself to this DC lineup. Now he flares in the B apps, he finds himself too, so Ventus just looking extremely dominant at the moment.
Yeah, this is quite ridiculous actually. carboN on top form, nothing's missing whatsoever. Every spray, every control is going greatly, but it is going to be important to make sure they maintain this. Obviously, Terrace side 5-2 up, going to be very happy with that.
Yeah, I mean, if you're 10-5 down at half time, it's not the best thing in the world, but you're not depressed about that half. So anything they get from 6 rounds onwards, I would say is really a bonus.
I agree with you, especially on DC's pick. I think it might be a night of the terrorists. I mean, you never know.
No, this is Ventus's, I believe.
Sorry, okay, so it is. Yeah, so it is carboN's pick. Yeah.
Or carboN, sorry, not Ventus. There we go. And have a look at what carboN are doing here. They're adopting a kind of a strategy like Na'Vi does, where they leave the bomb and they push late into the round wherever they find themselves a pick. So Flares, he's adopted that middle role. He actually gets taken down by Style, so there's that first frag you're talking about going to DC, but having a look at Hellhound, all he's got on himself is a measly P250.
I'm pretty sure he will disagree with you with that PT50 idea, and I think that he's he's going to be looking for something, obviously maybe just more of a support role, just keeping a little bit of at bay and maybe supporting anybody else that's going to be able to keep his cross.
Yeah,
I do like the move from carboN. I do like the way that they've been playing, doing a bit of research and doing the basics, strats, just keeping themselves ready for whatever they need to do. And like you say, they can push at any point in the round as long as they've got the bomb cover from each side. And as we see, a 3-man push down to the T stairs.
Yeah, exactly, and nice shot there from King. He gets himself one, but not able to find the second. Apocalypse actually gets one, and Hackham replying. Style now, can he find this headshot onto Hackham? That would be really, really big. He does get the shot, and he knows exactly where Cunny is. Cunny left with a lot of work to do in this 1 versus 2.
Yeah, it's going to be tight. He's going to push through the connector area and going up to the stairs. He's going to have to try and get the one pick off. He doesn't get his turn in time, and Explicit is going to take him down. So 3rd round going DC's way. Definitely in need of this. So like you're saying, 10-5 obviously would be something in favor of a neutrality for these two teams. When carboN gets the 6th or 7th round, and if they get the 8th to win the half, it's going to be very difficult for DC to pick that up.
Yeah, especially if carboN win this round, because then it resets the economy of DC, and that would be huge, I think. So these rounds, DC really need to string some rounds together for them to start building themselves up a bank and work from there. But if they constantly do this one, lose a few, they're going to be in a horrible position at the halftime.
Yeah, it would be a very interesting time for them, but they have to push and they're going to have to hold it out. And I think that they are capable of taking their nerve at whatever time they need to. They have been playing for a long time together. And obviously Apocalypse coming to a party at Axe LAN, obviously previously watched from my side, on your side as well.
Yeah, definitely. And carboN doing what we spoke about earlier, playing extremely slowly. King actually pushing all the way through Palace, and he finds himself one into. So now that's so much information he's just found, and straight away DC rotate the player towards the B side. So now they've got 3 players stacked up, and 40 seconds left. Another push comes through. Hellhound with an incredible headshot there onto Flares. Just can he find himself one? A spray down, not actually getting the kill, and Apocalypse, he chimes in with one. So this push from carboN that's been left late in the round is really being shut down very forcefully by DC.
Agreed, and very nicely done as expected. I think that they just maybe hadn't got their ready up in time with regards to the first 5 rounds or 6 rounds, because I mean, this is more of the characteristical DC defense and slow play. I mean, Hackham coming back into B after the double fake. 9 seconds left. They're going to get the bomb down. He's going to take down the 3rd player. A Style returns 1. So a 5 HP King now versus a Hackham with the 3K already. He's going to have to come through from the catwalk area. Going to be interesting to see if he spots him out.
Yeah, that was really, I mean, Hackham, Hackham is on fire at the moment. He just took the whole team on his back there, and he picked up that round for carboN. That was an incredible play there. I believe that was a 2v5 at one stage, and Hackham found himself 3 kills, and that was great. I mean, just like we spoke about how DC can't afford to win 1 and lose 1, go ahead and lose the next round. So Flares, he picks up that MP9. He knows it's going to be close quarter battles, and DC now prone to losing the 10th round, which will give carboN 7 rounds.
Yeah, it will be important for them to make sure they shut it out from here.
Yeah, extremely important. And like we spoke about earlier, any more rounds that carboN get is really just such a bonus. Being such a strong CT side map, and DC being that strong CT side of team, expecting a lot more from them here, but they would love from here to try and just make it an 8-7 half in favor of themselves, try and win out the half. And if you win the pistol round, I mean, there's no really saying what can happen in the game, and you would love to keep it at a 9-6 deficit or distance at least, because then you can take it to 9-9 at halftime, but not looking so promising for DC at this stage. And carboN have already got themselves 4 and looking for the 5th now is elusive. He finds it, so the score is now 3-7, and Ventus just looking so strong at the moment.
I'm going to have to drill it into you and almost find you every time you call him Ventus, but yes, I agree with you.
Again, I'm so sorry, I keep saying Ventus. carboN, I'm gonna have to get a rubber band on my wrist and Sort
That's
that
okay.
out.
I'll get you a shock collar. We'll do one of those.
I'm not a dog, man. I'm not a dog.
Prove it. Jokes. Okay. So we're getting back into this in 3-7. Hellhound, Explicit, Apocalypse, and Style all in the FAMAS. It's going to be interesting to see if they can hold this out. And King, not doing very good well on the ping, but the flashes are already raining out. So it seems a quick A push, at least a delay or fake, as they're coming up middle, and Style takes down one as Wick gets returned back from Cannibalistic. So we're going to see an A push as the inclination goes towards that T stairs with Hackham coming out. And very nicely done by Cannibalistic as he takes down Explicit straight up the connector. As Flair's going to try and get one, he's going to get a headshot onto him, but King's going to go down as Hackham takes down Apocalypse. And a 3v1 situation as Hellhound is going to fight for the smoke on 1 and 0 HP. Very nicely done. Spray control to the max, getting it into the areas he wants it, and 8-3.
Yeah, Ventus, carboN, there we go. carboN just made such a big statement on that round. There was hardly any equipment for DC to work with. They just got an aggressive push straight through middle, got map control, and punished DC to the max, really. And now DC forced onto P250s once again. Yeah, it's looking abysmal at best for DC at this point in time.
Unfortunately so, but carboN just finding the synergy and Flares being almost maybe an influencing factor with a bit of a change in level of pace as they move. And brilliantly done by Style as he returns the kill there up in the Palace area, and Flare's going to take another one down and DC lose their second.
Yeah, I would love to see DC just hold back a little bit more. They're getting very aggressive on these pistol rounds, and there's a bit of a notation that goes around where it's impossible to win a pistol up against gun rounds. But we see it time and time again, these anti-ecos being won by the team on the pistol round. So I would love to see more care being put in by DC on the pistol round. You see them getting unnecessarily aggressive through Palace and through apps actually, and carboN waiting for them.
What
really
a
nice
shot.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, Hackham's on point tonight. He's 19-4 at the moment. He needs to slow down if DC wants any chance. As soon as I say that, Style actually finds himself too there. Is he inclined to go for it? Nah, he's just going to look for a few more exits and save the AK going into the next round.
And wisely done. I think they do need a couple of guns with them, but running out of time to get some rounds, and we're going to see Elusive maybe get caught out here. Can he catch him on the corner of the door here? There you go. So Style drops one, Style drops two, and then takes down, and the whole 5 on each team is all gone. So rebuff on both sides, but King really struggling with that ping, jumping up between 90 and 180, and now obviously sitting at 140, not helping his case at all.
Yeah, not at all, but like you said, a rebuy coming out now from both teams, and if DC can win another round, or maybe another 2, carboN will be forced into not the greatest buy, and DC need to close out this game, or this half rather, 9-6. If it goes anything more than that, I really see them struggling to bring it back, but maybe it'll be the double AWP setup that will bring them back into this game. Both Style and King picking up the AWPs, and carboN just doing that tactic which they've employed this entire half so far, actually leaving the bomb and spawn and searching themselves around the map, trying to find an entry somewhere. And at the moment they've just got the standard 2-1-2 setup with 2 players towards A, 1 actually in lowers, 1 in middle, and 1 in the apps. Hackham moving around in that A area. We see the bomb now being picked up and being taken towards A. Hellhound once again finds Spoof, and that's the AWP down now for carboN. Apocalypse playing very aggressively against the smoker, and he's going to find Hackham lurking around the smoke, and now that gives him some information, and the bomb a little bit confused at the moment. Flares being that bomb man, they're going to try and take this bomb into the A site where there is somebody in Palace at the moment. King jumping out of it. Wow, that was quite a questionable play there by King. Cunny finding the better of him there. Taking it to 4v3 now. Can he find the mine on Catwalk? Which he does. Styles got one in the meantime. Apocalypse getting another, putting Cunny in a bit more of a difficult position. And Style, it's quite an impressive shot there.
I am impressed by some of the individual players coming out of Hackham and Style with that AWP. Very nice done. The 2 players of the night, 19-8 and 19-6. So it's purely based on the support players here that are carrying the difference in the rounds.
Yeah, it's quite impressive that in Style, even though if you had to look at the score and it was 4-9, Style's got himself another 20 and 8 at the moment. He's not slowing down for anybody, but hell of a lot of action going down on the A side now. 3 versus 3, and Cunny moving through onto stairs. He gets himself one up to King. Cunny in these past few rounds have been getting a lot of work done. Bomb going down. Explicit's going to try and stop it. He's not going to get there in time, but will he find the frag? No, he doesn't, but he gets Hackham down to very low HP. and now Spoof trying to cover him, but not finding an angle to. They know where Spoof is now, and he's going to have to come out with this 1 versus 2. Hellhound jumping over. Spoof found one, but Hellhound, he picks himself up at 2k for the round.
Very nicely done by him, and needed by DC. Obviously,
Yeah,
the more rounds,
necessary.
the better.
Yeah, like I said earlier, they are going to be itching for that 9-6 half, and if they are able to take the pistol and take it back to 9-9, game is anybody's from there. So not the greatest buy coming from carboN. I spoke about this a little bit earlier. Desert Eagle and Elusive players on the Tech 9 and a Galil on Spoof.
Not much to have, but last round, so balls to the walls, I guess, in this case.
Yeah, of course, and have a look at where the bomb is now. The bomb is set up outside of this A, and really characteristic of carboN from which we've seen so far into this map is setting up early in round for a take, and looks like it's going to be around the 1 minute mark.
Yeah, DC are going to start picking up the information that they're nowhere near B, and that bomb is sitting very quiet, maybe waiting for that little bit of a push from DC, knowing that they've been rather aggressive, but not a slight hint of movement from the DC players towards that either Palace or the lower T stairs. So it is going to be important, obviously, that they get this pick out here. Does carboN if they want to get this 10th round, and the push will come through as soon as they make a noise. Though the flame comes raining down. 3 players are already inside the A side, so this is stacked up. They're going to come through anyway. A pocket control. They go brilliant. 1, 2, 3. Not getting the third. Apologies. And Elusive takes him down, and Styles will trades him back up. Flares taking down Styles, and King returning it again. Quite some battles here. Elusive's going to try and take on 3 with that Eagle. Not been able to do it in 9-6 first half.
Yeah, really nicely played there by DC, holding their composure. How was Gambit there, or Apocalypse rather? He had a really great round there, holding up in that Palace and found himself 2, and nearly brought himself down. 3rd kill. Just see a pause coming out now. Elusive is going to swap accounts, net accounts that is, not Steam accounts. He's lagging at the moment. And
yeah, unfortunately.
Apparently, having a look at the chat there for a second, looks like King's also going to try and find a substitute for himself to come in, as he's been struggling with pings, like you noted. He's 5 and 13 at the moment, so clearly that is taking or having a bit of an impact on his game.
I could understand that, obviously, with the pressure of the fact that it's a new team and it's quite a bit on the line here. You know, at least.
Are you there? Okay, I'm not sure what happened to my co-caster. I lost him there for a second. If you are joining us, this is the fight between Damage Control and carboN. First map, this which is picked by Ventus, or carboN rather, sorry, is Mirage, which is the map we're on at the moment, which they had a really strong T side. Now moving into the CT.
User in your channel timed
Damage
out.
Control. Quite an impressive feat, and DC now looks like they're going to try and sub out one of their players who is having lag issues at the moment, and will be interesting to see who they bring up. But I would like to state the next map being Inferno, which is DC's pick. We've seen how strong DC can be on Inferno, and take a look who it is. It's the manager himself. Gandalf is coming through for DC. He's going to be standing in, so he's an extremely great player. He's a very, very good player. For anybody who's not familiar with the South African scene, I believe it was Gandalf who founded DC many moons ago, and now he is standing in for them.
Entered your channel.
And I would like to welcome back Adam or Wham.
Yeah, apologies about that. Obviously, due to the load shedding, I had to get the generator, and load shedding is completed, so now generator has to go off.
Okay, well, at least we've got that sorted out, and looks like we're slowly working back. I was just saying, Damage Control have welcomed Gandalf into the game. I'm not sure if I've lost him once again. Sounds like it, but chatting a little bit about the next map coming up, which we said was Inferno, and I was just going on how DC, historically quite a strong team on Inferno. We did watch them at Axeland going up against Bravado, where they, I think the scoreline was 16-9 in the end, but Inferno being one of the older maps, going back a long way. DC going back a long way. They've learned a lot of tricks of the trade on that map, and definitely going to play in their favor. Of course, Inferno is also a more team-based map,
User
which gives
entered
DC
your channel.
the edge, I believe, considering carboN is a relatively newly formed team. I think that DC might just have the edge on on Inferno, but going into Dust 2, that's going to be a very interesting map if we do make it there. That map can really go either way between team play and individual skill and aim. We heard the arguments from both sides, and for one, I'm a favor of the aim side of Dust 2. I believe with great aim and individual skill, you can really open up that map and get a lot of work done, considering the two sites are so far away from one another. So I think that map may go to carboN, but I'm trying to find out where my co-caster is.
No, I'm right here with you. I'm just letting you finish it up. But yeah, no, I agree with you that Inferno will be quite an interesting player. But I believe that, in my opinion, it would be that carboN would still have the upper hand with regards to their ability to get that initial upfront headshot. And just even dropping a player down to 3 or 4 HP obviously slows down a move so quickly. So it's going to be key to see them do that here. If carboN pick up those headshots early up against DC, now as the DC are coming out, I feel that DC are going to struggle for the rest of the evening.
Yeah, that's a very valid point that you make. And but you have to think about it. I mean, DC going back such a long way, they've definitely got the experience to come back from this. So not 100% sure. And this pistol round is extremely important for damage control.
Yep, I agree with you there.
And I mean, pistol rounds have really, I don't want to say, they used to be a lot more important than they are today, with the factor of the force buys that have come up. And usually, or back in the day, if you lost the first round, generally you went down 3-0. But now there's so much, there's a lot of changes that have come into the scene, which have allowed teams to force buy up on that next round and give them an edge going into it. So I don't believe anymore that winning the pistol round is a guaranteed 3-0, unless you win the second round as well.
No, I agree with you. No, I completely agree with you. Like, when it comes down to these rounds these days, the teams are really, I mean, 80% of them are going with a pistol armor bar as well as some nades. So it really is great to see that they are trying to challenge up those guns, because those SMGs are easily taken down, and a lot of teams don't buy full armor, or should I say full team armor, at least, all 5 players. So if you do get a pick or two down, you get a gun, it changes everything, especially in a 1 or 2 situation, and going for the bomb when you have to split and cross up.
Yeah, exactly. But just waiting on Elusive now. He's changing internet accounts. He should be back anytime soon, I'm sure. And this break, I mean, you have to kind of think this break favors DC. With a new player coming in, they can kind of just chat to him and find out what's going on. They can tell him what their plans are, where they would like him to be on certain strats. So I think that even though carboN are the ones who need this pause, I think it's benefiting DC just a little bit more.
Oh no, 100% agree with you there. I mean, they had the momentum, they had the ability to continue going with that almost bulldozer right over them. So, and with that momentum they used in that last round, I mean, they went straight through into A without any hesitation. Flashes came out and they got the round at least close enough. So if they get that momentum carrying through, it could be a situation where, you know, DC aren't even going to be able to feature in the second half. Yeah. If they're not able to get into sight or get the bomb down, they're not going to have any chance to defend it, obviously.
Yeah, exactly. And we saw how passive carboN were on their T side and how nice it worked out for them. They just found the picks and then they rotated to one of the relevant bomb sites. And now it'll be interesting to see which playstyle DC adopts, and we've seen that they're also a fan of the slower playstyle, the defensive playstyle. So I wouldn't be surprised if we saw a similar T side coming out from damage control up against carboN.
Yeah, I like it and I agree with it. But it is going to be, I must admit, carboN have got an interesting element to them with the way that they played tonight compared to what I saw them on LAN with Ventus. And I see the ability that they're showing tonight, and it's so much more improved and almost, not even improved, just like almost better finished off. They've got them in movement, and the way the flares is just gelling with them is great to see as well.
Yeah, and like I was saying a little bit earlier, I'm not sure if you were here, but it doesn't seem like they have enough time to get any major goals completed in this year, in the 2015 year. But if they continue as a team go into the 2016 year together, I think they could be an incredibly strong team.
Oh no, I agree with you completely, and a top 3 finish for sure. I still put them in my top 3 for this year, and I said that at the Axland, and they approved it.
Definitely, and we saw how strong of a team they could be at that Axlan. Unfortunately, getting ousted by Energy 2-1 there to be sent home. Or actually, they lost to Bravado in that best of 1, which sent them home on Cobblestone. Energy had knocked them down to the lower bracket, and Energy actually went on to win that tournament. Now with the South African shuffle that's got on the team, Sonic and goals picked up by the Bravado lineup with the release of Flares and Rachno. Flares now, speaking of him, in this carboN lineup, and Elusive, sorry, I've just got a word now, Elusive is back in the game. So he's back in the game, and we will be going live now. He's back in the server, I believe, so we're 2 minutes behind, and we should get going within 2 minutes then.
Sounds great, sounds great. And what do you expect to see up here? Standard setup here from carboN, 2-2-1, or what do you expect?
I'm not 100% sure what to expect from him here, being such a new lineup, but I think that they will send most likely Hackham towards the B site. I see Hackham has picked up a kit, so he's the man of the moment at the moment. He's 20 and 8, and like I said, it looks like he's actually going to be playing in middle, so he'll be playing that rotate position and going to wherever they are, but they'll all be coming to him in middle. Not getting any of his shots, but a really big grenade there, dropping Apocalypse onto 43 HP. Look at the aggression coming out here from DC. Spoof should find himself in a great position to pick up a few. Hackham gets one as well as Spoof, and now Style coming through T-Ram trying to get some work done, but he doesn't find anything. Hellhunt does get the kill onto Hackham, and he spots Cunny, and he actually gets the frag. So now it's a 2 versus 2, with the 2 carboN players split on opposite sides of the map, one in CT and one up Catwalk, and DC now making their way onto the site. They're going to have to get the bomb down. Still a lot of time on the clock. Hellhound has gone massive this round. He's already got himself a 3k with that block, and that's opened up the site now. This was 2 versus 4 at one stage, but DC coming out of nowhere with these frags, and now it's all down to Spoof. He has got armor, he has got a kit. But
pure nerve and pure patience, and I think that might just get a pick off or a little bit of delay, but he's not facing the right way. He's trying to find that bomb. Same color as the sign of the bomb site. Can he get the one off? He won't get any kills at the moment. Bomb is almost ticking past his points, so it is going to be a tough time for him.
Yeah, it actually doesn't look salvageable anymore, and now the Explicit is getting aggressive. He finds the kill, so, I mean, single-handedly, Hellhound won himself, or won